Those arrests highlight a growing problem across the nation and right here in the Tampa Bay area. It's why one community is working to change the stigma surrounding drug abuse. Tonight, community groups in Pasco County have joined together to combat drug addiction. Last week, former NBA star Lamar Odom spoke to those groups about his journey with drug abuse. And 10 Tampa Bay's Miranda Parnell was there and joins us with a deeper dive into how tackling this deadly issue is a community effort.
That's right. I spoke to the sheriff in Pasco County, and he said that the war on drugs clearly didn't work, or else we wouldn't still be facing widespread addiction in the United States. At a conference to address drug issues in the county, I talked to folks on the journey of recovery about how the key to saving more lives from drug overdose is changing the stigma surrounding addiction and reaching out to kids before they get introduced to dangerous habits. Through the years in Pasco County, people's darkest moments have been caught on camera.
5-6 Narcan deployed in the left nostril.
But now some survivors who have had struggles of their own
If someone says I'm stuck, I always say so was I.
are giving back to guide others along the path to recovery.
It's not too late if you have breath in your body.
Each year in Florida, thousands of lives are lost due to drug overdose. But in Pasco County,
No matter what your situation, how desperate or hopeless it may seem, there is an opportunity for you to recover if you're willing.
You know that firsthand.
I know that firsthand. I had that experience. Yeah, I was, hopelessly obsessed with drugs and alcohol for 20 plus years.
Nathan Canty says he had two loving parents who provided everything he needed, and that all it takes to fall into substance abuse is one introduction.
I spent 15 years incarcerated. Every time I went in front of a judge, they sent me to prison. And this last time in 2018, for the first time ever, I was offered treatment and an opportunity, and I've been sober ever since.
Canty took that opportunity and spread it to others by working in leadership for a nonprofit recovery organization called The Hope Shot.
We can help you.
And Sheriff Chris Naco spoke at an event last week designed to promote drug abuse recovery and prevention in the county. He says the department is focused on saving and not punishing folks who are fighting addiction.
We want to save lives because we recognize that's somebody's loved one. Putting them in jail, the vast majority that I've seen and dealt with, they go right back to drug use again.
All while working with the state attorney's office to make sure the drug dealers face consequences.
Sometimes people shoot somebody with a gun, other times people give people fentanyl. Either way, it's the same thing, they're killing people.
According to an online dashboard monitoring state substance abuse statistics, EMS responses to overdose in the county went from 453 in 2015 to 3,425 in 2022. The Alliance for Healthy Communities is trying to bring those numbers down by offering resources and sharing stories of recovery and hope, including some you may be familiar with.
I suffered 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks.
Wow.
So you're talking about somebody that's like lucky, that's not even supposed to be here. Like, all my doctors say, like, I'm a walking miracle.
Two-time NBA champion and former Lakers star Lamar Odom laid out his battle with drug abuse while speaking to that same crowd last week. He echoed the importance of engaging with kids early on about the dangers of addiction.
I've heard so many relationships in the past by making bad decisions for 15 minutes of feeling good, or 10 minutes of feeling good.
And Kelly Rodriguez with the Alliance says stats for substance abuse rose during the pandemic.
In COVID, we were also isolated. A lot of the support meetings that people went to in person shut down.
And now Pasco County agencies are working together to swap resources and aid as more people face the tightening grip of addiction.
I had 2 good parents. I had a good household. It can happen to anybody. Addiction does not discriminate.
While these groups work to break down the stigma surrounding addiction to curb the shame of asking for help,
It takes a long time to shift a culture.
for anyone willing to take that first step, you won't have to do it alone.
It seems hopeless. It seems, like there's no options, and we're trying to change that.
And folks with the Alliance for Healthy Communities in Pasco said these groups always need volunteers to help, whether it's serving on the committee to help with newborns exposed to these substances or being a part of their recovery teams. In studio, Miranda Parnell, 10 Tampa Bay.